November 10th, 2011, the day before Skyrim releases. November 10th, 2021. I post a video celebrating its 10-year anniversary where I kill every NPC in the game. November 10th, 2015, Fallout 4 releases. November 10th, 2022, Commonwealth, here I come. If you haven't watched the Skyrim videos, I highly recommend you watch those first because I'll be referencing them quite a bit. Now this experience is going to be much different for me than it was for Skyrim because I haven't played nearly as much Fallout 4. Kinda like the Skyrim DLC video, I'll get to learn a lot and see lots of new things along the way, so I'm genuinely kind of excited. First thing I have to do is make a character. I was dump last time, so I'll be dumpette this time. I accidentally made her look just like Jennifer Lawrence. Kind of impressive, honestly. So if you've played the game, you know the drill. The bombs start dropping, you run to the vault and barely make it down in time. Once you're in the vault, silly old Vault-Tec pulls a switcheroo and freezes you in a cryo chamber, which, to be totally honest, sounds very refreshing. Wonder if you dream in there. Some time passes and Frosted Flakes comes in, takes your child, and kills your spouse. Some more time passes and by the grace of God, or I guess Todd, you wake up so that you can go and find your baby and get revenge for the death of your mans. What? I had to make sure he was dead. To escape the vault, you grab a Pip-Boy and ride up this terrifying, somehow still functioning elevator. Now, I've got a lot to do, from beating the main story to doing all the quests that, you know what, past me can tell you what I need to do.
Some NPCs are only available at certain times or during certain quests, so I had to find out what quests were associated with each NPC so I could figure out if any NPC was only available during a certain quest. For example, you will never see Carlaya unless you do the Thieves Guild questline. So in order to kill Carlaya, you need to do the Thieves Guild questline. In order to do the Thieves Guild questline, I can't kill any characters essential to the Thieves Guild questline.
In my Skyrim video, I did this in 3 phases: prep, slaughter, and cleanup. Being more experienced this time around in the act of genocide, I think I can just cut that 3rd phase right out. And I think the best way for me to start is to sort of dip my toes in a bunch of different quest lines at the same time. But like every normal playthrough, we'll start in Concord. In Concord, we meet the Minutemen, or what's left of them at least. This isn't really required for the main story, but here we get our first suit of power armor and then a good chunk of XP from killing the Deathclaw that shows up. After helping the Minutemen, I need to make my way to Diamond City. On the way, I ran into a couple of NPCs. Rest in peace, Trash Can Carla. I made it to Diamond City in record time and got the quest to rescue Nick Valentine so that he can help me find my son. The Triggermen who took Nick are a good bit tougher than I remember, but I'm certainly not helping myself when I do things like blow up a molly in my face. I got Nick, outplayed the gangster wannabes.
You got beat up by a girl. Just run back.
And went with Nick and Dogmeat to find Special K. Just so you know, from this point on, Nick was with me pretty much the entire time. I know things are moving quickly, there is a metric fuck ton of things on the to-do list just to get ready to kill everyone. I also should mention I'll be killing all the DLC NPCs, so I gots to get going. Doggy Man led me to Fort Fruit Loops where I confronted my son's kidnapper, who didn't actually have my son with him, unfortunately. So I ripped out his hippocampus and brought it to the memory den where I was able to view Frosted Mini-Wheat's memories and learned that my son had been taken to the Institute. The Institute. I sure hate the Institute. To access the Institute, I gotta do a bunch of shit, like find a Corsair chip, kill an innocent woman. Actually, I don't think I had to do that. And find the Railroad, a group of synth sympathizers that are all kinda weird. Like, every one of these motherfuckers is just weird. Now that I'm at the Railroad, there's a good handful of quests that I have to do. I think the Railroad is definitely the most uninteresting faction in the game, and their quests definitely reflect that. I did a bunch of their quests, but eventually needed a break. So I moved on to a much more fun quest line, the Silver Shroud. The Silver Shroud quest line is pretty fun. You get to dress up as a comic book hero, and then go around the town of Good Neighbor dishing out justice like Batman. If Batman was just Jennifer Lawrence in a mobster costume who went around shooting people that the radio told him to shoot. Pretty much Batman. One NPC I really like in this quest, and the first time I actually felt bad for it, Fallout 4 NPC, is Kent Connolly. He's the one who's been guiding you on your journey as the Silver Shroud, and he's basically just a big fan of the comics and in turn a big fan of you, but eventually crime boss St. John kidnaps him so that he can lure you out and kill you. When you arrive to save Kent, St. John kills him, and then you kill St. John, and I just felt really bad for Kent because not only is he a nice guy, but his hero, the Silver Shroud, your character, wasn't able to save save him. Guess it's better to fail him though than to kill him yourself. But I still felt bad, and I left the Silver Shroud SMG with Kent because he's the real Silver Shroud. Okay, I'm now aware that I just said that I need to go fast, and then I spent an entire paragraph talking about the Silver Shroud quest. Back to being fast, I went to find Preston Garvey and start the Minutemen line of quests, as I will ultimately end up siding with the Minutemen to finish the main story. Most of the Minutemen quests are just going out and killing raiders, which is great, because I can kill some NPCs while doing these quests. Dreth, Pear, Whiplash, Walter, Tweez. Hey, Tweez! Hey man, how are those pancakes, huh? Yeah, that's a deep cut. After a while, you'll get to clear out the castle, a big, ugly fort that hardly has walls and literally no other defenses. I'm sorry, why the fuck do we want this place? Kill the Mirelurks and their queen, and you'll gain the ability to call in artillery strikes, if you're close enough to a settlement that has artillery built on it. And then sometimes it just won't work anyways. Cool. Next, I need to start the Brotherhood of Steel quest line. I know, dipping the toes. I just need to get far enough that I have access to the Pridwin. So I helped Paladin Dance clear out the Cambridge police station, and then held his hand through Archet Systems so that he could get... Actually, I don't know what we came here for. I also cooked up Nick and Dance while we were there. Just thought it was funny. Then, after helping Dance, you'll get invited to the Pridwin, where you'll be given your very own suit of power armor. And then I took it and left, and I will never talk to these motherfuckers ever again. Kill ya later! Back to the Minutemen quests, I killed Slag and got a cool-ass sword, accidentally stumbled into some named ghouls, which worked out nicely, and was finally able to start on getting into the Institute. I built the machine to teleport there, got in my power armor, panicked a little because a tube popped off the machine, and was transported to the heart of the Institute. Here, I met a man named Father. Father is my son. Yeah, no, for real. Was in that freezer for a fucking while. I told him to go fuck himself, and then was banished from the Institute. Doesn't matter, really. Next time I go there, it won't be for a house call. Back in the Commonwealth, I have to defend the castle from an attack by the Institute. Father really took that whole go fuck yourself thing to heart. The Brotherhood of Steel even came to help with this one, which is very ironic considering what I'm gonna do to them in about 2 minutes. I successfully defended the castle, but this attack convinced Preston that the Institute needs to go down. Sturgis found a different way into the Institute through a fucking sewer of all things. I guess even synths, poop. We made our way back into the Institute, and Preston gave me instructions to evacuate the place of innocent people before blowing it up. I had my own agenda, though. I confronted Father again, where I made the brains that are inside his head no longer inside his head, and logged onto his computer where I very well could have evacuated the place. Here's the thing, though. There's like 24 NPCs here that I need to kill, and I could do that by just not evacuating the place. So I didn't hit the alarm, I planted the detonator on the reactor, and before I could leave, was confronted by my robot son. I need to kill him too, so I'm not taking him with me. Mind your goddamn business, Sturgis. I don't care about children, so this was an easy choice. After disowning my child, the Minutemen and I were teleported to a safe distance where I was able to detonate the reactor inside the Institute and bring it down for good. Not bad for only 4 pages into the script, huh? Afterwards, though, Preston asked if I had evacuated the place, and when I told him I didn't, I felt bad. Like I had disappointed him. I shook off the disappointment and continued on with my mission to cleanse the Commonwealth of all life. There's some more quests I had to do, which include Imogene Takes a Lover, The Secret of Cabot House, where I sided with Jack because Lorenzo scares me, and To the Mattresses, which was actually sort of fun, and hands down the best railroad quest. Then, after completing that quest, Desdemona just got mad at me for blowing up the Institute like out of nowhere. I mean, come on, you're a little behind. And then everyone attacked me. Let's just say things did not end well for them. Rest in peace, the railroad. The next big step for me is to take down the Pridwin, and ultimately, the Brotherhood of Steel. To do that, I'll have to kill their leader, Elder Maxon. Bet this guy would fucking love Elon Musk. Holy shit, I didn't even know if that would work. I jumped off the Pridwin and made my escape, back to the Minutemen who were more than down to just bomb the Brotherhood. I had to set up artillery at some other settlements so that we could have enough firepower to blow up the Pridwin, traveled back to the castle, and gave the order to fire on the ship. And boy, was it beautiful. Oh shit, they're coming. Destroying the Pridwin made the Brotherhood pretty upset, believe it or not, and they launched an all-or-nothing assault on the castle. It turns out, it was nothing. Or was it all? All or nothing. If they all died, then would it be all or would it be nothing? Because they all died, but now they have nothing. I don't fucking know. They all died. And with that all or nothing attack, the Brotherhood was no more. I took the confidence gained from killing them and went and attacked Shaun. Shaun got his ass handed to him, to be honest. I was expecting a little more. After that, I helped Nick hunt down his long-lost enemy, Eddie Winters. After killing Eddie, I maxed out my friendship with Nick, which was neat, honestly. I don't think I've ever done that before. And this felt like a good time to check out the DLC, because I have never played any of the DLC before. Starting with Mechanical Menace, I immediately grew attached to Ada. Ada is a little robot homie who just had all of her friends killed and needs your help to get revenge. The one who's responsible for this is a monster known as the Mechanist. To reach the Mechanist, you've got to battle the Rust Devils first. The Rust Devils have a cool name, but they are quite literally just raiders. Great. Inside the Rust Devil compound, there's a little game called Automatron. I only played it one time, and I got a score of 11,450. I bet nobody's beat that, right guys? Please don't hurt my feelings. Anyway, I killed ACAB and found one of the best characters I have yet to encounter, Jezebel. Jezebel is a peach.
You really are taking the path of most resistance here, aren't you? Based on my limited experience with you, I estimate a 65% chance of making it out of here. Not optimal. An increase in effort could have an impact on the odds.
Anyway, after doing all that, you eventually get to invade the Mechanist's base. The Mechanist is actually just a good person with some severe social anxiety who didn't give good enough instructions to her robots, and now they're all killing everyone, and I actually like that a lot. Interesting twist. Anyway, I blasted her dome off, took her ugly ass armor because it's actually really strong, and then ignored the rest of this quest because I've killed everybody that I needed to. Oh yeah, at some point you also have to build Jezebel a robot body, and I built her one with no arms so that she couldn't turn on me. I might be a fucking genius. Yeah, but then I killed her too, because, you know, that's kind of my job. On to the Vault-Tec Workshop DLC. This one was a pleasant surprise. It was short, but I enjoyed the dynamic between Barstow and Clem. I felt bad doing experiments on Clem, but he was such a good sport about it that I put him down nice and quick. And the other people in the vault, of course. I miss Clem already. Well, bye, Vault 88. I made a pit stop back at Diamond City to do the Diamond City Blues quest and found that Mayor McDonough was a synth. Genuinely did not know that. He also popped Danny. You have the choice to save him, but, you know, kind of makes my life easier if I don't. I'm making good time here, but I still have a disgusting amount of quests to do, so let's get to it. The Disappearing Act, Trouble Brewing, Kid in a Fridge, Human Error, Here There Be Monsters, Returning the Favor, Warowski Heist, Bottom Grabbar. Oh, like Bottom Grabber. I did not get that. Just got the bottom part. With those quests done, I was ready to head to the island. Kind of like Lost, if instead of a plane crashing on the island, it was a nuclear warhead. Same thing, really. Here, I visited Far Harbor, and I gotta say, I am not a big fan of this DLC. The island is very ugly, very uninteresting, and there is goddamn radiation everywhere. It's almost like someone knew. Oh, yeah, nuclear warhead, right. Well, it's still annoying. I did a lot of quests here, most notably the Rite of Passage quest where you do something called the Captain's Dance, which is both cooler and lamer than it sounds. Really all you do is kill a bunch of Mirelurks, and suddenly everyone likes you, but yeah, it could have been more interesting. Could have like done a little ditty at least. After making friends, I killed the two biggest monsters in Fallout 4, the Shipbreaker, who I may or may not have accidentally cheesed, and Red Death, a hulking, massive, horrifying, 9-inch tall. Oh, he's kinda cute. With that beast dead, I may have actually done it. I think I've done all I needed to get the world of Fallout 4 ready to be destroyed. No, I didn't forget Nuka World, I just don't need to do any prep for that. I'll get to it. So, I set all NPCs to be killable, installed my child killing mod, and made a house call to the Peabodys to test it. And it didn't work. Of course it didn't work. Why would it work? Long story's still kinda long. The mod that lets you kill kids is really old, and I guess it just doesn't work anymore, and there's nothing I, as a tech newbie, can do to change this, so I can't kill kids. I can banish them to the Shadow Realm like I did in the Skyrim DLC video though, so don't worry, they'll still be dealt with. Now I can, for real, kill everyone, starting with Far Harbor and the island. Far Harbor kinda got owned, like bad. After Far Harbor, I hit Acadia, a building full of synths. They also got bodied, starting to think that this might be a trend. I guess I am in a big suit of metal, so. Anyway, they got fucked. The Nucleus, Vault 118, and a bunch of people scattered across the island all put up a similar fight, but once I finished the classic miscellaneous section, I had cleared out the entire island and flipped the light switch off on Far Harbor. Next up, Nuka World. Nuka World. I went into this DLC completely blind, and I paid for that. If you've played this DLC, you know it's just a shitscape full of raiders and gang violence. I thought it was just gonna be fun. Like a larger scale of the Vault-Tec workshop stuff. Like harmless, clem damaging, roller coaster tycoon sort of fun. The first thing you do when you get to Nuka World is kill Overboss Coulter, who isn't that tough, and then literally everyone after him is harder to kill, which is stupid. When I stepped foot into the actual park, I started just killing on sight, which was also kind of stupid. I won't harp on this place forever, because I could, but people like Willie and Black were just fucked up hard. Just the complete opposite of Far Harbor. I did like Dry Rock Gulch though. The robots were kind of cute. I killed them, but they were great. Definitely my favorite part. Like I said, there was pretty much no prep for this place, so I could just go around killing people group by group, so this didn't take long at all. A lot of people were very unique at least, specifically Oswald the Outrageous and the little cult of NASA employees that were shockingly weak compared to everyone else. But that's pretty much it for this DLC. Oh, forgot about Evan.
Hey there. Well, hey there. What brings you all the way out here?
Making a new friend, I hope.
Absolutely.
That wraps up just about all of the DLC. There is one character left, but I'll get to her in a second. To get started with the base game characters, I'd first like to give my good friend Nick Valentine a classic Fallout style goodbye. Rest in peace, buddy. Back to the DLC, the only remaining character is Ada, the robot that grew on me. She will also be missed. So my system for genocide is pretty simple. Go location to location in alphabetical order and kill any NPCs that reside there. For example, starting with Abernathy Farm, I killed Blake Abernathy, Lucy Abernathy, Connie Abernathy, Maisie, and Clarabelle. Is it okay how simple I make murder sound? You guys, don't kill people, please. At some point, I stopped writing down which locations I was going to and only wrote down the names of the NPCs I was killing because there were just so many. But the next notable location is Diamond City, the great green jewel of the Commonwealth. There are a lot of fucking people here though, let me tell you. 43 excluding Nick. I thought they were gonna be really hard, honestly, and they were kinda easy. Again, I am in a big old suit of armor, so I'll cut up some slack. The only time I really felt bad was when Piper died and said some very sad shit.
Care of net.
The next place worth talking about was Good Neighbor. I like Good Neighbor. It's a shitty little stinky little town, but it's my default for when I want to buy something or sell something or... They also got owned pretty good. I took out Cleo first because I figured she'd be the toughest one, and well, she pulled some magician shit, but she died. I cleared out the Memory Den, Hotel Rexford, the Third Rail, all of Good Neighbor. I went to a lot of places after this and killed a lot of NPCs, but the last place that I want to talk about is Vault 81. Vault 81 is a populated vault with 21 unique NPCs inside of it. I didn't have to do any prep for this place, so I just kind of started blasting. After cleaning out the entrance area, I went down the elevator to the vault itself, and this is where I started feeling kinda yucky. Walking room to room, literally hunting people felt, yeah, yucky. Yucky is the word. Something about using guns versus using swords and shit in Skyrim makes this feel more, I don't know, real? I didn't feel good about this place, but I did my job and moved on. After the main locations, I had to find all the miscellaneous characters, and that is always my least favorite part. The random encounters, the traveling merchants, all that shit is so annoying to figure out, and to pinpoint everyone sometimes feels impossible, but there were a couple characters of note. The first one, Dogmeat. I got to the Red Rocket Station where Dogmeat usually is and found him already dead.
What happened?
I don't know what killed him, but in a way, I was sort of thankful that I wasn't gonna have to do it myself. Rip Dogman. Another NPC that I was dreading was the Mysterious Stranger, mostly because you literally can't kill him. I had to use a console command to spawn him in, and even then I couldn't kill him. Shooting? Nope. Gun bashing? Nope. Slashing? Nope. Nuking? Nope. Nothing would damage this guy. So, I pulled out that little freak I hate using, the console, and killed him that way. And then I took his clothes. What? He's got style. And with a mysterious stranger dead, I had killed every human, animal, super mutant, and synth in all of Fallout 4. The only thing remaining was me and Liberty. Liberty Prime, a towering, near indestructible force of patriotism. I also spawned him in with console commands, but he would not attack me for some reason. Hey, fine by me, I don't want to fucking fight this guy. But I am gonna kill him. The problem though, is he has 5 million health. To put that into perspective, the average super mutant behemoth only has about 1,000. I tried shooting him, hitting him, nuke mines, I tried the Ash Maker, Fat Man, a slightly stronger Fat Man, but his health did not drop in the slightest. I tried so many different things to be able to kill this guy, but nothing I tried did any damage to him whatsoever. He just stared me down like I was an ant. So I pulled out the weapon that no NPC could survive. A power more than a weapon, really, and that is the power of editing. Ah shit, I forgot the Ebony War. Thanks for watching, folks. I really didn't plan on doing this until I realized that Fallout 4 came out on November 10th, which was like 3 weeks ago, and then I couldn't pass up on the opportunity to link all the dates together, so if this one felt a little rushed, it's because it was. Tried to keep things a little more lighthearted this time around, because let's be honest, the Skyrim video got a little dark. Some people are probably wondering about the Creation Club characters, and I didn't kill them because they're not like official DLC. I don't know. If you guys want it, let me know. I don't think anyone actually cares that much, but let's say if this video gets 10k likes, I'll make a short about the Creation Club characters. With that, thanks for watching everyone. GG's.